What is going on, folks? I have a full review for you today. I told you this was going to be coming. I have had a ball shooting this particular gun. Absolutely blew me away. My expectations, my preconceived notions based on reading and watching other reviews, I could not have anticipated how much I would enjoy this gun. We have the CZ P10c, no mag, it is clear. So this particular one is the FDE version you guys have been seeing me shooting on the channel. You can see there on the front, it is a dirty gun. I've been having a great time shooting it. I am right around the 1500 round mark at this point through it, and it's been awesome. I've carried the gun, I have shot the gun, I've just had a great time with it. It is, you know, a lot of people when it first came out were calling it a Glock killer. I see where it gets the name from. I think that this competes very well with the Glock 19. I think that this is an excellent alternative for folks who want a Glock 19 size gun, especially if Glocks with their grip angle or their ergonomics or lack thereof, if they don't have good luck with those guns, I think this is absolutely something that somebody should consider. Now, it is no secret that I am a big fan of CZ, and you guys have been hearing me joke about that here the last few weeks on the channel, but this is actually the gun that really started all that. So this isn't even an iconic top of the line CZ offering. This is, you know, to hear the CZ fanboys tell it, this is probably one of their lower end models. People say, you know, oh, you think you like that, you need to get their metal frame guns. That's true, by the way, but this is the gun that got me saying, oh yeah, I think I want to get more CZ products. So I think what we'll do now, we'll go ahead and take a dive down close and look at it. I know I normally do the shooting portion of the review first, but if we look at it and you get to listen to me talk and then we shoot, maybe the dog won't bark while I'm talking. So we'll go ahead and dive down close and look at it. So here's the gun. This is the box it comes in. Actually, yeah, we'll just go ahead and show you what that looks like. I know some people want to see that. So CZ, little gold clasp, pretty unremarkable in that regard. Here's what you guys are here to see though. The CZ P10c, it's clear, no mag, no round and chamber. And there we go. So what you have is a ambidextrous striker fired 15 plus 1. Yeah, there we go. 15 plus 1, you get 2 of these magazines. Ambidextrous striker fired gun. It is pretty awesome. You can see that sight picture. Got 3-dot tritium sights on this model with a whited out front dot. You get a little white outline around it, I should say, and a fairly blacked out rear with serrations. No serrations, my bad. No serrations on that one. My PO1 is serrated, so sorry about that. Speaking of serrations, you do have rear and forward serrations. They are semi-aggressive, definitely not to do a press check and manipulate the gun any way that you're probably going to see fit. You have a section of rail up here. It does work pretty good with the Olight products that I carried it with, along with a Streamlight TLR1 HL. I had no issues there. Takedown is going to be strikingly similar to a Glock 19. So what you do, verify the gun's clear, pull the trigger, pull it slightly rearward, pull those 2 tabs down, one on that side, one on that side, and then slide the entire slide assembly off the gun, and there we go. So from the ground up, this gun just screams Glock 19-esque, and that is, trying to look at it while I do it on the camera, there we go. And that is definitely apparent that that's what this gun was designed to compete with. So gone are the extended beaver tail backstraps that you may be used to with Glocks if you're looking to directly compare it. What you do have is this meaty portion of the frame and slide does sit over your hand. It's very good feeling. If you haven't felt one of these guns in your hand, I highly recommend it. It does feel good. Now you do have an adjustable backstrap there. You got a small, medium, and large. I actually have the medium on there, so you can go up a little bit or down a little bit from there. Not going to change them out on camera for you because it is somewhat more complicated to change these back straps than a lot of other guns. There's a roll pin right there that you will need a punch to get out based on my experience. Now, if somebody else has an easier way of doing that, drop that in the comments for me, because did not like that part of it. But overall, still worth it as far as I'm concerned. We'll go over to the other side here, and pretty lackluster. Now, you do have your truly ambidextrous mag release button there and your slide stop slide release. Now, one thing I want to note on this slide stop slide release is that at first it works very, very well as a slide stop. Lock the slide to the rear, very easy to do out of the box. What it did not excel at out of the box was use as a slide release. So depending on how you train for reloads, whether that's using the slide release coming over the top, you're going to probably end up avoiding that for a little while. It was very stiff. It took 2 hands for me for a long time to get it to work. As time went on and I shot the gun more, it actually absolutely became serviceable in that regard, and that is my preferred way to run a reload. So awesome there. You do have some texturing here, which is a great spot to index your trigger finger or your support hand thumb when shooting this pistol. The grip on the gun is kind of like these little mini pyramids here on the back strap and front strap. They're very aggressive, very engaging. If you do not like aggressive textures on your pistols, you're probably not going to like this one. It is absolutely very aggressive grip. Here on the palm swell portion of the grip, not so much, but if the aggressive texture on guns bothers you, then you may want to either avoid this gun or possibly get some aftermarket work done to it. So I like it. I like knowing the gun's not going anywhere. My hands are pretty rough. It does not bother me at all. So awesome gun in that regard. Accuracy is pretty much on point with every gun in its class that I have shot it up against. It performs well. Certainly probably wouldn't win any matches with it, but what do I know? I know they do have different sizes. This is the C. They have a P10f, which is full size, P10s, which is a subcompact. So there you go on that. We'll talk about the trigger. So you have it almost looks like an aftermarket trigger when you look at it, but that is the stock trigger. It's got a little trigger shoe safety in there. Come up, there's some take up, gets to a wall, pretty crisp break, and then reset, short, positive, tactile, audible, all the things. Very nice trigger. It is probably the single best factory trigger on a striker fired gun that I have ever shot. So Glocks don't come close to this in my opinion, and if it sounds like I'm bashing on Glock, I'm really not, but this gun does a lot of things well that I think that they should take into account. So with that being said, let's put a few rounds through it. Alright, so I was going to do 2 sets of shooting footage for today. I was going to have this camera angle and then put the GoPro on the hat and get some first-person view. But apparently somebody forgot to charge their extra GoPro battery. So I do have other footage of me shooting the P10c. We will go ahead and I'll edit that in with the shooting footage. So I hope that's going to be enough for today to satisfy you guys. Still working on figuring out a solution to actually show you guys the accuracy of different guns, or more comically, my accuracy with different guns. Figure that out as we go. I don't like putting the GoPro super close to the steel just because fragments, and I'm just a very small time YouTuber, so my cameras and stuff get very expensive. I don't want to damage those. But as soon as I figure out a way to rig up some paper targets, I may start doing that as well. So enough talking, let's shoot. Missed a couple there. Other thing, auto forward, seen it marketed as a feature, couldn't find anything directly from CZ. Slide locks open on the last shot, as you would hope. Haven't had any issues with it not doing that. One thing, you take your new mag and you put it in fairly gently, nothing happens. You take it in, drive it home with some authority, that slide automatically goes forward. I haven't had an issue with it not doing it when I have done it here at the range. Put it in with some oomph. Goes forward every time, but I'm kind of wary about using that as a training method for defensive use. I'm still going to count on going to the slide release or over the top. So both of those methods are fairly good. Let's shoot this mag and see if I can not miss any this time. I was doing good there for a while. I'm going to load up a couple more mags and we'll scoot a little further back. Alright, we're all loaded back up. I'm going to fire these 2 mags and then I'm starting to lose the light a little bit, and I still want to give you my final thoughts on it. But we're at a distance of about 30 yards now from my steel silhouette. I'm going to focus all my fire on there instead of doing transitions because Joffrey's kind of in the way of my little swinging target. So here we go. Missed a couple of those. Just figured it out. I have been shooting it almost exclusively with the light on it, so it just felt different. I'm not saying that's why I missed, I'm just saying it feels different. That's probably why. For those of you that have wondered about that, shoot your gun with your light on it and then for a while that way, and then go take the light off and tell me the handle's a little different. Put the mag in a little slow. We're going to use the slide release. Works just fine now that it's broken in. So we got 15 more, let's see what we get. Get the swinger maybe. There we go. I hit the little target, missed the big target. Twice. Alright, so we ended it on a miss, but this is a lot of fun to shoot, guys. I really like this gun, if you can't tell. So, let me go put my ears and stuff away, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So, as a recap, what we have here is a 26-ounce polymer frame, steel slide, semi-automatic, 9mm, 15+1. That's very similar in size to the Glock 19. Now, my model came from the factory with tritium night sights, great ergonomics, and just feels great in the hand. And it came in at almost $100. What I paid for this was almost $100 less than what I would have paid for a new inbox Gen 5 Glock 19. So I don't often do the whole price thing, but I kind of have to on this one. What you get out of the box for your money is awesome. The gun has performed almost flawlessly. I have had 2 malfunctions. I had a failure to eject and I had a failure to fire that was not a light primer strike. I was shooting some Tula steel cased ammo, cheap stuff. Could not get the round to fire again even after putting it back in the chamber and trying again. So the failure to eject I'll blame on the ammo as well as the failure to fire, because everything else I've put through here, the majority of which has been brass cased, has been fine. So I will say that was the ammo and not the gun. Would I recommend buying one of these? Yes, and I have been recommending them to people, especially people that say, I tried Glocks, they just don't fit my hand. I'm like, go find someone that has one of these. If not me, if you're too far away to come shoot with me, then find somebody local to you or a gun range that has one you can rent and try one of these. They're great guns, great triggers, great reliability in my experience, and by all accounts a true Glock killer, probably the closest thing to a Glock killer that I have seen. So awesome gun. I love shooting it. A little bit weird, this is the first time I've been shooting it since I had transitioned to a DA-SA gun for carry and have been putting a lot of time into shooting that. So this was a little bit weird shooting the striker, but with this trigger I don't mind it. It's very nice trigger. I think that's my recommendation. If you're in the market for one of these, for a gun like this, I think that you owe it to yourself to take a look at the CZ P10c. One notable downside, since I keep comparing it to Glock, is going to be aftermarket support. Now, people have caught on. They are making holsters and stuff for them now, but I don't think they will ever get close to the aftermarket support that's available for Glocks, especially the Glock 19. That's just a very popular, best-selling gun. So there is that. But finding a holster, easy. Check out with the guys at Lucky Gunner. As always, I love their stuff. They don't pay me, they don't sponsor me, but I just want to throw that out there. Great holster makers. I know they have stuff for this gun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, keep shooting. Just one other thing before the outro. We are at almost 800 subscribers, which means 200 more, and I'm going to do that giveaway where I give away that Heritage Rough Rider 22. So be looking for that. Keep watching my subscriber count if you are interested in that giveaway, because I will be doing videos and stuff about the giveaway once we hit that 1,000 sub mark. So I'm looking forward to sending somebody a free gun. So now, stay safe, keep shooting. I'll see you next time.